Okay, the Rambam finishes. Eyal Elkayam
Introduction. Okay, Kavra, this is going to be the Mashiach show like usual, but first, in the daily cycle,
Honor to have a Siyum Harambam.
in the daily cycle of the Rambam, like Aaron said, there's different cycles, but one of them, we have encouraged very much, is learning 3 recommendations to finish the whole 14 books of the Rambam in a year. So it's a very big celebration when we finish the whole big Rambam, but also another celebration after we finish each book. So today we're finishing the 3rd book of the Rambam and beginning the 4th. So we're going to have conclude the book of Manna.
Eyal Elkayam ner beisa in Chanukah ner beisa v'kiddushin. If someone has only enough money, either for Chanukah candles or for Shabbos candles, or for Shabbos candles or Kiddush, what comes first? Ner beisa kedim mishum shloim beisa. Shabbos candles comes first before everything. Why? Because it's for Shalom Bayis. Shari Hashem nimchot las Shalom bein ish lishli. For Hashem's name is erased just in order to help peace between a man and why? Because Hashem's peace is so great. The whole entire Torah was given just to make peace in the world. Never, like it says, ways are ways of pleasantness, and all its surroundings, paths are peace.
Yeah, Shakaya, now just say the first halacha of the new Sefer Nashim. We're learning the laws of marriage, so this is going to be connected to the shir that Rabbi Gazinski spoke about recently. So, Kayam and the Torah, Haya Adam Pegia Isha Bashok, Imratzehu Behi Lisa, Yisrael Machnis Lavesra, Ve'alo Be'nel Benatma, Yisrael Lava Isha. Kayam, in the Torah, and Stav Yisrael, Shem Yurtze Ish Lisa Isha, Yikim Esat Chiluf Ne'eden, Va'akar Tila Isha. So this is the first halacha, the first parak of Hilchos Ishus. It says before man Torah, the person would want to get married, how would it work? He would meet a woman in the marketplace. If he and she agrees that he should marry her, then he just brings her into his house and is with her as a husband and wife between themselves. Very simple. But once the Torah was given, the Yidden were commanded, the Jewish people were commanded, if a person wants to marry a woman, you can't just, take her into your house and be married automatically. The whole process, you first have to acquire her in front of witnesses, and then she could be his wife. As it says in the verse, that a man has to acquire a woman and then come to her. Okay.
You can do this. Guys, please come and eat. You don't have to participate if you want. You want to take the food and go. It's okay. Whatever you want. Just a lot of food, please. Come. Tzaddik. Say l'chaim with us. Show bar, guys. I sent the picture to Rabbi.
Guys, please. Put
Yeah.
the tablecloth. No, please.
Only if we have to.
Yeah, okay.
Perfect.
And,
We ran out.
Okay. Bring it.
Sure. Thank you so much.
Also, you.
Let's do this.
Please, tell to Rabbi Stefan.
You told him already. Thank you so much.
So, I'll say Rabbi David Costell received the picture of Shara Bar. It's all Shara Bar. Whoa, Noah, how are you?
Yo, guys, relax. I know I'm sitting here, but you don't have to give me everything.
Welcome to...
Sag verfrundet. Sag hasidisch, ja?
Toldos.
Hasidisch.
All right, so this is a every sikha we say this is the best, this is the strongest, this is the truth. Every sikha is like that. Toldos is again all about being born again. This is like no other sikha before. This is like so again, my excitement grows in every sikha. This is what those sikhas do to you. They just excite you and give you so much chayus, so much vitality and life and vigor into your avodas Hashem. Okay, we'll start now. Enough of interpretation, just straight out what the Sikha says. There's two Sikhs that we gave that year, 1992. First one was Tuesday night, and the second was Thursday night. Rosh Chodesh, like this year. Exactly the same dates, everything falls exactly the same dates. Wash. So much cold cuts, guys.
Just hold it until I get it.
So first of all, she was sponsored by Shai Miara, the same subject along with Rabbi Shmuley Eagle from Toronto Heights. So now it's Shai Miara. This time around, Hashem should bless him. Everything the Gashmis, see the Rabbi Melech Mashiach and Tov Yiz V'Acham K'Klal Yisrael. Amen. Remember, says every month shares a common theme with every month. So there's a general Indian, there's a general thing that's given to every month. Every month shares the same thing with the month after that. All the months share one thing in common, but there's also a unique and individual thing that every month has, that no other month has. Every month, we can see it by the name of the month, by the holidays of that month. We have to explain what's the special thing about Chodesh Kislev in the general way and in the unique, whatever belongs to Chodesh Kislev itself. So, that's the first thing we have to do. And the main thing we have to do, and the Rebbe says, the main thing, you can see how the Rebbe builds up the Sikha all the way to the end, where the Rebbe, then that's the punchline, talks about Mashiach, and the Rebbe is saying here, this is the main thing. Yesh Lavad, we have to explain, and the in addition, and the main thing is how all this connects to the central point in the life of every Jew, of the Jewish people, and in general, all the Jewish people from all generations. What is the focal, what is the central point of every Jew, from every generation, from our generation? All your life, you have to work to bring Mashiach. And the special emphasis in our generation, in our time, as we explained before, referring to the Sikha before, that everything was done, and this word was used over there. All that's left to do, is the Kabbalah Pnei Mashiach, to greet Mashiach to Kingdom of Mamash. The general thing of Chodesh Kislev, of every Rosh Chodesh, let's take it back, is by the name, you can see it by the name of Rosh Chodesh itself. Chodesh is from Lashon Chidush, something new. Chidush, Chadash, like the word in Hebrew is Chadash, something new. This is because of Chidush HaLavan, the birth of the moon, that after the moon was concealed, the second part of the month, now the moon becomes revealed, and it's being born again. It's Chadshus. It's renewing. It's becoming new again. From total concealment, Rosh Chodesh, Eve of Chodesh, Rosh Chodesh, the minute right after the Eve of Rosh Chodesh, now it's becoming new again, being born. And even though the birth of the moon is only a dot in the sky, that's all you see really, a little sliver of a little line, a little dot. That dot is not just a dot that becomes bigger and bigger. That dot is not technical. It includes everything that's going to take place afterwards. Just like when the person is born, the minute he's born, he includes his entire life. It's not that the person is being born and is going to grow up, and day by day, he grows more and more. But by people, the way Hashem created the world is that when the womb, in the beginning of everything, includes everything that's going to follow. Whoever says, like by Rosh Hashanah. Rosh Hashanah is the beginning of the year. It's also the Rosh Chodesh of Chodesh Tishrei. But it includes everything that's going to follow the whole year. It includes everything in that one day, Rosh Hashanah. That's why it's called the head of the year. It includes everything that's going to follow. And what is the Indian of Avodah? The service of the Jewish people to Hashem. Everything is created for the Jews. this obviously shows something that we have to do. It says the Chidush that happens in the world as a result of the avodah of the Jews in the world. That's why it's called Shechem, your ones. But we use the Hebrew word for Shechem, your Chidush. The Chidush that the Jewish people contribute to the world after the avodah that they do in the world. Through the avodah, the Jewish people elevate the world, but they elevate themselves as well, much more than the elevation they were on, the level they were on before they descended into soul into a body. Till the completion of that, when Mashiach comes, meet Hashem today and tonight knowledge. Remember says something very interesting over here, something very nice. Remember says that Chosh Chodesh is Mizgal, is being revealed in each and every Jew. The Nitzoy is the spark of Mashiach that's in every Jew already. It's embedded in every Jew. Every Jew has a spark of Mashiach himself. It's called the Yechida. Yechida is the highest level. Level of the Neshama.
He is a small one.
This is the name of the Etzem of the Neshama. The essence, like the highest level, like the Yom Kippur, that level is revealed at the very end of Yom Kippur. That's why we have 5 prayers in Yom Kippur, the 5th level, the 5th davening, parallel with that level. The Rebbe says this is called Nisa Shem Mashiach, a spark of Mashiach himself. Mashiach's Neshama also is divided in 5. But that's a general Yechida. General Neshama. It's called general because it includes the Neshamas of all the Eden, not just from this generation, but all generations, from past, from present, from future, everything. Mashiach is a Pina, is a general Neshama. The Rebbe says when Rosh Chodesh comes, this, like right now, this part of the Neshama becomes revealed in every Jew. It's very auspicious time, very timely, and it's very opportune, very auspicious to bring Mashiach. In other words, it's being more revealed in each and every one of us. And from our sparks being revealed, it actually sparkles up the general Yechida, and it's very auspicious to actually make him, so to speak, awaken his Yechida and bring about his coming in Revelation. And so we started talking about Kislev. Kislev is the Chodesh, our Chodesh right now, our month right now. So he says, this is general to every month. But what's the uniqueness? What's so special about Chodesh Kislev itself? The Rebbe goes on to say, the name of Chodesh Kislev is Kislev, which includes 2 words, Kes and Lev, Kes and Lo. Kes, Chav Samech, and then Lo, Lamed Vav. Kes means Hanle Bekisui, complete concealment of the moon. And Lamed Vav, Kislev, Loi, which is Lamed Vav, which is 36 numerically, Rebbe says, hints on the 36 midos. Not 36 midos, we only have 6 midos, but how 6 are included in 6. You know that midos have opposites from. They include each other. Chesed includes Dvar includes Chesed. Every midah has to include all 6 in it in order to be complete midah. It can't be on your own. That's Toim. Tikkun is where every midah includes Shkadosh. So then we have 6 midahs, included of 6, and it gives us 36. In other words, all the details are included in the word name, Lamed Vav, Kislev. That's the second word of Kislev. And it says, that shows us how all the details are actually being in full revelation. Details of what? The details of the revelation of the moon. What is not the case with every month. Every month you can write Kesed, Kesed. Kesed Yom Chageni, the month which is being concealed. So Kesed can be written with Aleph, Kesed can be written with Hey. With Aleph, remember says Kes means concealment. Then the Aleph means just the beginning of the letters of from Aleph to Taf. So Aleph is the beginning of revelation. Aleph is the beginning of revelation. And it's only the beginning of it. Masha'enkin with Kislev, Lev, Lav and Vav shows on 36, which shows that all the details right now are being revealed. All the details which are involved in the revelation of the moon are being fully revealed. So that's higher. Every month is really concealed. And the beginning of revelation is only very minute, it's very little. It starts with the Aleph. But when it comes to Kislev, it shows the second part of the name, shows a full revelation of the moon. So therefore, the inyan of Rosh Chodesh is more emphasized in Kislev than any other month. Not only do we see it by the name of Kislev, But we see those Yom Tovim, the holidays in Kislev. We have different holidays in Kislev itself. Well, starting with, the Rebbe doesn't say it here, but starting with Rosh Chodesh Kislev. We saw the Rebbe from Mashiach after the heart attack and stuff in the Simchas Torah. Severe heart attack. And the Rebbe was allowed to go back to his home first time on Rosh Chodesh Kislev. So that's first, the biggest holiday, Yom Tov today. Starting with that holiday, starting with that Yom Tov. Moving on to the first Yom Tov that was instituted during Chodesh Kislev, which is Kislev, which is Hanukkah. At the end of Chodesh Kislev, during the second Beis Hamikdash, when the Chashmonaim took over the Beis Hamikdash and re-inaugurated the Beis Hamikdash again, the Rebbe is talking, the Rebbe is saying that we're going to see this inauguration, that we're in the third Beis Hamikdash in a complete way. And we see how Hanukkah is actually directly connected to Mashiach. There's 8 days to Hanukkah, not 7. 7 is how the world was created in 7 days. 8 days, the Rebbe says one additional day shows on the service of the Yidden, how the Yidden bring about, through their service, additional day, through their avodah. And then also we know that the violin of the candles are 8 candles, as opposed to 7 candles that were lit in the Beis Hamikdash. Yeah, Hanukkah is directly connected to Geula. That's besides the name of Hanukkah, Kislev, how Kislev is actually connected to Geula. Every month is connected to Geula because, as we explained before, but Kislev is more connected to Geula than every other month. Then we go on, and the last generations, the Rebbe says, we see the Yutes Kislev came about. Our generation, in other words, the recent generation. Then Yud Kislev, the Bittul Rebbe, the son of the Alter Rebbe, he came out to freedom from Yud Kislev, which emphasizes more Pnimi Torah Chassidus. The Rebbe says the aspect of oil in the Torah. And through the spreading of Chassidus, Malachim Mashiach will come to the end. And the Hoysif, and to add that it's already accepted and spread out throughout Jews worldwide, that we call Chodesh Kislev really Chodesh HaGeula, the month of redemption. Starting from Chodesh Kislev, going on to the Chodesh HaGeula, it says, and Rebbe wants to go deeper. How is the Jewish people connected to Kislev? How are the Jewish people connected to Rosh Chodesh? Everybody's not satisfied with this explanation. He goes deeper and deeper. He's building it up to the point where he's talking about, solely talking about redemption. And the Rebbe goes on to it. The Rebbe says, we find some sayings of our sages say that the complete state of the Jewish people was at the time of Shlomo, King Solomon. King Solomon was the 15th, number 15th generation from Avraham Avinu. Just like we have 15 days, the first 15 days of the month. The 15th day, the moon, the ball of the moon fills up. It's called distance. How do you call it in English? There's another word. The parameter of the moon fills up completely.
Disk.
Disk. Disk. The disk.
The sphere.
Right. Now the Rebbe got married to Toldos, right?
Yeah. Well, what was his name? The story for today was saying that really it's Dvar.
Right. As the Rebbe says in the footnote up there, it means that the biggest, most complete fulfillment of the ball, the moon, is right. The Rebbe is not saying right when I get married. The Rebbe is when you get married. Right between Yudal and Dvar. Right at that point in time.
Yeah.
That's when the Rebbe got married. The Rebbe says this shows because it's not just filled, but it's like overflowing. The Rebbe says right at that point. So the Rebbe says the generation of Shlomo Melech, King Solomon, was in its complete state. Well, it's complete at the time of Shlomo Melech. At that time, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's brought down another place where the moon was full. 15 shows when the moon is full, but in his generation, the moon was full at all time. The entire time, the entire generation, his moon was full. That moon was full. To show on the state of the Jewish people, everything follows the Jewish people, everything is for the Jewish people. The moon also is the sun, the stars, galaxies, everything, the world. The moon remained full the whole time Shlomo Melech existed. To show that it was the most complete. The Rebbe says, didn't we just say the Jews are likened to the moon? We are similar, we're likened to the moon. We count to the moon, and we will be born, Mischadish, We will be born like the moon. In other words, we are compared to the birth of the moon. The Rebbe says, question, beautiful question. The Rebbe says, wouldn't it be nice to compare the Jewish people, to liken the Jewish people to the moon when it's full, not when it's just starting out? Just at that, it doesn't look so nice as when the bowl is really full and nice and shiny. And when Mashiach will come, it will be even shinier, even fuller, because it was, so to speak, punished, cursed, so to speak, by Hashem. Or you took too much arrogance, now you go ahead and you decrease yourself. And then even when it's after it was decreased, it's not as full it's going to be when Mashiach will come and says how much more so when Mashiach will come, when we see the full moon will be full like the sun, greater than the sun, why can't we be likened to that? Rather than be likened to the moon when it's born. Because it says, we say it every Kiddush Lavana, we're going to be born like the moon. We are compared to, the Jewish people are compared to the birth of the moon, not when the moon is full. Everybody's asking why. Why is that? Never goes on to answer. This could be understood by a baby who was born. That very close to the time he's born, before, what is the greatness of that baby? Ice cream? Some ice cream, get something, whatever you want. Don't be shy. Can I go to garbage? Or ice cream cups, whatever. Go ahead. Take whatever you want. Whoever says, there was a gadol in Israel that says, I want to daven to the kavanas. I have all the kavanas that this baby has. Why did this gadol? It doesn't say who this gadol was. I think it was Polish. It doesn't bring down, but I think it brings it down elsewhere. The gadol was.
I don't know who it's from, but it's written in the Rivash.
Poland. I think it was from Poland. I think it was mentioned somewhere. It was from Poland or something. Anyways, he said that he wanted that one, according to the kavanas, according to the intention in heart that this baby has. And why that's so? The Rebbe says because this gadol, he knows a lot of Chassidus. He learned a lot of Chassidus. He learned some of the Bible, he learned Ayin Beis. He knows a lot of things down in Chassidus. And that actually interrupts him. It's in the way of aiming, having a kavanah directly to Hashem when he davens. In other words, you have to learn. You better learn. Don't stay a baby in knowledge. You have to increase your knowledge as much as you can. You'll have more kavanah. That's not the intention. The intention is that the little boy, is aiming to Hashem himself directly. And even if this gadol says, okay, I'm coming to your kavanah according to you, you're aiming to Hashem, you're not having any other, did you wash? Okay, I'm just asking. Even after he does that, it's still not the same person. It's still in his way. He can't do away with all his knowledge. In a way, it's like he has to go through, he has to cut through all the knowledge of the Chassidus that he has, the spheres, the oil, all the giluyim. It's all giluyim. It's not the etzem. The little boy, aiming straight to the etzem, straight to Hashem himself. How does he call Hashem Hashem? He doesn't even have a name. Not Atzmus Mahos, the Rebbe brings down Atzmus Mahos is Hashem. But he doesn't even say word, he doesn't even use the word Atzmus. So he doesn't know Atzmus Mahos. He knows Hashem. Hashem is greater than Atzmus Mahos. He doesn't know, he doesn't have another way. He would have not called Hashem anything, not even Hashem, because that's still description. But he has no other way to call him, so he calls him Hashem. But his intention is much greater than the God. So there's a very great advantage in aiming straight to the etzem than Giluyim. We see this right here. Says the Rebbe. In the style of Torah Chassidus, Gadol is more connected to Giluyim. We just explained what Giluyim is. Yes, revelation is all, not the essence, not Hashem himself. Hashem himself, we're going to call him essence right now. That's great to Hashem. That's a higher. That's Hashem himself. Revelations of Hashem is much lower than the essence of Hashem. So, the great man, the great sage, he's connected more to the revelations of Hashem, whereas the little boy is connected more to the essence of God. That's because he has no knowledge. He's aiming to God himself. And wow, how does that reflect our service to Hashem? Whoever says at the beginning of the day, every one of us, whether it's small, whether it's big, young or old, starts off the day with Moedian. As soon as he wakes up in the morning, the whole foundation of his whole avodah, the whole day, is his bittul to Hashem. Before he feels himself, he feels Hashem. As soon as he wakes up, he doesn't say I, he says, Moide, I confess. He doesn't say I, he says, confess, I to you. So confess comes before I. Bittul is more felt in him than he himself. So he doesn't even start with the word I, he starts with confess. That's not the word.
It's a better word for it.
It's subdue, subjugate. Give myself up. Give myself up, yeah, you know, English never. Submit yourself. Submit. Submit, I. So the Rebbe goes on to explore the word submit. And the Rebbe says, now the Rebbe says something very interesting. We before said that the highest level of the neshama is Yechida. Yechida is the fifth level, the highest level. It refers to the etzem neshama, the essence of the soul. The Rebbe says it's much higher than that. There's a level which is beyond the name. Yechida is still a name. It's called Yechida because it's from the word echad, from the word one. At that level, you're one with God, literally one. Nothing can touch that aspect of your neshama. Nothing can sever that connection you have with God. It's your connection with Him in essence. It's much higher than Torah, much higher than mitzvahs. It's your essence to Hashem. Like they say, a Jew is a Jew is a Jew. Torah and mitzvahs reveal that connection, but that connection is there. So that's why Chabad always comes to a person and say, regardless whether you do Torah and mitzvahs, you're connected to Hashem. So we're putting on silver now, just what we're doing. So that's it will not tamper with your connection to Hashem. Your connection is there. That level is above Yechida. That level has no name. That's the real essence of the Jew. And that is revealed before you say Modan. That is revealed the very second you wake up. It's called a mitzvah. The reality of you. That's you before you even woke up. That's even you before you said something, before you even uttered the first word out of your mouth. That's your real essence. And that's the foundation for the whole day to come. That's the start of everything else that will follow. You can't start without that. There's no revelation of that. There's nothing. So the Rebbe says, this is why we are compared to the birth of the moon and not to when the moon is full. The birth is where everything is. The birth is where everything is included. The birth is the main thing that includes everything that will follow. But without the birth, without the beginning, without the very birth, there's nothing. In whatever light, however much light fills up the disk later on, that's no chiddush, that was already included. But the birth is everything. And the birth is the highest level then. So it is important that you bring the highest to the lowest. No matter how high the level is, we want to bring it down. We want to actualize it. We want to take it to the back. We want to take the highest and bring it to the lowest. That's what is the Rebbe Tafdin, the dwelling house to Hashem in this world. The highest and the very lowest. The Rebbe says, this is the birth of the moon. This is why we are likened to the birth of the moon and not. And the Rebbe says, the Rebbe says, in our service, it means the following. That before we even start with anything, raise the revelation of the person himself, before he wakes up, before he even says the first word. And this is the highest level. It's before Modan. And by the way, guys, you take a laugh at this or not, but this is the source. This part of the Sikha is the source why a lot of big Chassidim, not small ones, started saying, if he had a name before, they said Modan.
מגיע לי מזל טוב.
מזל טוב, אני יודע, מזל טוב.
אני יודע, שבוע הבא בעזרת השם. ושם מאוד אוכל.
Next. And, okay, this is also my understanding. The Rebbe would not give this whole paragraph if we can't bring it down to action. Everything and every part of the Sikha and every Sikha the Rebbe gives, always what do we bring it, how do we bring it down? And to my understanding, it's there. That's what the Rebbe is really referring to. That's why the Rebbe said this is actually something to do about this notion that the person wakes up. This is the highest level of the person being revealed before he even says the first word. How did that actualize? How that practically comes to action? The Rebbe says, so this is how people do it. This is how I do it. But regardless, the Rebbe says this level is the highest level. Before we even say the word Modani. And then the Rebbe says, now we can understand the first thing that we started with. That all your life. What does that mean, all your life? That every breath you take, every second of your life, is already, since this level is revealed in you, you're involved in bringing Mashiach. It's not that you are learning about it and then you are coming to it, you're so penetrated and you're so filled with the whole idea of Mashiach that it affects every second of the day. Even when you're eating, when you're drinking, when you're walking, it's always in your mind. It's obviously will come through learning about Mashiach, learning the Torah in general, not the Torah, of course, obviously, everything, obviously. But the Rebbe says, put a lot of emphasis on this because this is really actually happening now. We do have to put more emphasis on this. And not only, the Rebbe is giving over here a directive what to do now, the Rebbe is finishing off with this. How do we bring this level of action? The Rebbe says, a Maisu Eker says already once the birth of the moon. And we are likened to the birth of the moon, like we explained before. And every Jew has to add vigorously. The Yesel says, the Yesel always really with a lot of enthusiasm, passion, and energy. All your tzias should be totally penetrated with the idea of Mashiach. This is really your reality is Mashiach because this is the highest part of your Hashem, the highest part of your being. So the Rebbe says from the very first time, from the very first minute you wake up. And how do you bring this level to a revealed state? The Rebbe says, by taking care of every Jew. It doesn't have to be on taking care of him by teaching Chassidus. It can be by simply by Gashmas, supplying whatever he needs. Because we saw, we said before that you're bringing the highest to the lowest. The highest levels. This is the highest level of you being expressed in this world, in this the lowest state that it can be. So the Rebbe says, therefore, you express it the same way. You actually taking care of his physical needs, not just his spiritual needs, but his physical needs as well. This is how you bring this level down to action, to actually in an express form. The Rebbe ends off by saying, in the beginning of Kislev already, the Gula should come in actuality.